Hey, good evening, everyone. It's about 5:15. If you've never met me, I'm Joe. This is my channel, Eager Expats. Just daily looks around Bangkok, running around, taking side trips, sometimes neighboring countries. But today is Friday, and I always meet my girlfriend when she gets off of work. And she likes cider once a week, maybe 2 or 3 times a month, maybe every Friday if we're on a good run. But we are going to meet, I don't know where. I'll see if we can grab a table at O'Shea's. If not, maybe take a peek in the Royal Oak over on Sukhumvit, Soi 33/1. Right at the Phrom Phong BTS. Little tiny bit of sprinkles coming down, but nothing to worry about. I am going to jump on the back of a motor taxi and race down the street. You really don't want to risk. When it starts sprinkling here in Bangkok, it can open up in a downpour in minutes. And it started coming down pretty good. I had to break out the umbrella. I'm in the habit of just keeping a portable in a small backpack. It turns into a lifesaver. And that rain actually feels pretty nice. It's already a coolish day. I think it was under 80 degrees. And now that's probably lowered it down to a good 75. So a little light sprinkling, that's not a problem. But we got some pretty good showers there. While I was on the bike, I probably would have been better off just walking with the umbrella. So Boone just shot me a message. She's jumping on the train. She'll meet me down here at Phrom Phong. And there are tons of people taking advantage of the skywalk here in between the Quartier and Emporium Mall. We're walking down towards the Sphere. Here's a Spider-Man. It is Halloween. I asked Boone if she wanted to do anything, and she's didn't really care about Halloween, and I don't really care either. I went where did I go? Maggie Choo's down in the Siloam area, and it was fun 3 years ago, but yeah, it was more kicked off at 9 or 10 p.m. and went till 2 or 3 in the morning type of nightclub vibe, and Boone's not into that at all. I kind of got drugged there, so I really don't care. Halloween, that's fun for the kids, and hanging out with my buddies that still had younger kids and watching them all heading out trick-or-treating and running around the neighborhood. But now here, it's just another night here in Bangkok. Different people have asked me in the comments, hey, it seems like you go out a lot. How does that factor into your budget? And I'm not on a super tight budget. And yeah, we go out every Friday and sometimes for lunch on Saturday or Saturday night. Boone's kind of a once a week, have her 3 ciders, and then she gets a headache and she's never going to drink again. And then the next Friday she's up for another at least 2 ciders, but she'll never drink on Friday and Saturday. Maybe I saw her do that once on vacation, and that was very rare. But it's somewhat affordable. Like tonight, I don't know where the night's going to take us, but if it takes us to 3 different spots, which it probably won't, she worked all day. But if we start off at the Royal Oak and I have 3 beers, she has 2 ciders, then I make a suggestion to go watch some music. She'll probably drink nothing, a soda, and I'll have maybe 2 more beers and then some food in both places. With grabs being as cheap as they are, we can go from here all the way across to, say, Saxophone. We'd probably do it on the train. It just avoids traffic, but coming home on a car. So the whole evening, hitting 2 spots, maybe even mixing in a nightcap somewhere, 50 or 60 US dollars. It's really not that big a deal. Now, if you're on a super tight budget, I get it, but that would easily be 250 bucks in California, which is fine. We did that all the time, but we certainly didn't do it 3 or 4 times a week like you can easily do here in Bangkok. So for me, it's not really saving a bunch of money living here. It's what I get for the same money I would spend in California, and it's just much more. And that's not all about drinking. It's eating, traveling, taking local trips. The buck just goes a lot further here. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with being a little more disciplined and just going out, say, twice a month here in Bangkok. Sure, you're going to save a ton of money. I just choose to not do that. And here's the Robin Hood Tavern right on the corner. This is a great little spot, but I've just been going to O'Shea's for so long. It's kind of my home away from home in the Phrom Phong area. I forgot there was something I wanted to pick up, so I'm going to run into the side of the Quartier here, and they have a gourmet market on the bottom floor. I'm usually at the gourmet market on the other side of the Emporium. That's up on the 4th floor, I believe. And this is a pretty no-frills building, the GS Mansion, but it is feet from the Phrom Phong BTS and the malls, so it is pretty darn expensive. I think I saw one bedroom in there. Can't remember. I'm pretty sure it was over 50,000 baht. What do the realtors say? Location, location. And I just ducked out of the side of the M Quartier here on Soi 35, so let me show you this little shortcut. I've shown it before. But right where this car is taking a right, you would take a left where that security guard is standing, and there's a little private driveway for the Fuji market that has a roll-up door. It stays open till 10 p.m. And you just take that quick left turn, and you can see the garage entrance there at the end. Oh, and there's a sign in the window, the El Mercado on Calle 35 here. It looks like it's no longer here. I know the original location is at the end of Soi 16. Fun spot, and they opened, I don't know if it's an El Mercado, but it's a spin-off at the Amsphere Mall. Good stuff. And that's rare. We've got a helicopter in the area. I've seen one land, I think, on top of that building, but it's pretty rare. For such a large city with the traffic that Bangkok has, there's just not a lot of helicopter traffic. Here's a little, what is this, Japanese next door? Just be careful, it's really only wide enough for one car to come through there. If two are trying to get by, and you're walking through, it's going to be a tight fit. And here you go, you pop out at the baking school on the right. And this is Sukhumvit Soi 33/1 and the Japanese Fuji market. Straight ahead there. We'll see, about 90% of the time Bourne runs down here at, if we're still in the pub, around 7:30, and grabs up all the sushi rolls or sashimi. They start marking down at the end of the evening. I'm pretty sure the Fuji, yeah, it says it opens at 8 a.m., closes at 10 p.m., but just right on the other side of that building is the 24-hour Via Market. Nice pet store here, the Pet Lovers Center. And it doesn't look like it's open yet. The doors are just halfway down. I was over at the Royal Oak the other night, and they were testing these automated doors in the window, but it's going to be 2nd Street Reuse Shop. It used to be a Japanese, kind of a Japanese 99-cent store, so it's nice to see something else moved in there, although it looks like a higher-end reuse or thrift store, so we'll see. I don't know how many used Louis Vuitton purses I'm going to need, but it looks like they have a ton of clothes. Oh, grand opening, 3 November. There you go. And they busted out the rain covers here at the Royal Oak. I'm not sure when this video is going to come out. If it comes out before November 3rd, that's a Monday, we're going to have a meetup on the patio. So come on down and join us, 6 p.m. until late. There's Custard Nakamura, Japanese bakery on the right. I am heading just to the left there, ducking to O'Shea's, see if I can find a seat. And I lucked out and got the corner booth. Normally I'm sitting at one of those high tables, but gets a little noisy on the Friday night. It doesn't bother me at all, but when everybody's hooting and hollering with the game, sometimes Boone's flinching a little bit. And it looks like it's going to be a bit of a rainy early evening, but they're having a party up on the roof. I think a rugby game, I'm not sure. And then there's football up on the 2nd floor. This is the home of the Celtic football team. So they usually have a pretty good party going up on the 2nd floor. Maybe I'll see my Irish buddy come walking in. He's a member of that crew. And I've been corrected more than a couple of times. I'll say the Celtics. I'm thinking Boston Celtics, but it's the Celtic Football Club. Now, nobody's going to confuse Bangkok, the capital city, as an inexpensive place to hang out. This is the most expensive place in a lot of Asia. I mean, Singapore is pretty darn expensive, and Hong Kong's getting up there. But here, on happy hour until 7 p.m., I think that San Miguel light is 95 baht, and then it goes to 150. However, if you're a good customer, you leave a decent tip. By that, 100 baht is generally what I'll leave on my 600, 700, 800 baht nightly tab, or not every night, but when I'm here. That kind of buys me some points, so they'll come around and they'll do it for other buddies I've been with. We're all kind of leaving about the same amount. I mean, maybe if you leave 5 baht, they're not gonna offer it, but they'll come around at 2 minutes before 7 and say, hey, how many more happy hour drinks would you like for the remainder of the next hour, or whatever. I think 3 is kind of the limit, but yeah, I'll generally just say, yeah, give me 2 more beers if I happen to walk in at 5 till 7. And they're playing the theme from Cheers. I know Boone is going to get a cider, and I can't remember. I think they're $2.10 during happy hour, and then they go up to $2.40 or $2.60. I'm not sure. There's Aspal and Magners. It's a different price. And they'll also have daily specials at most of these pubs. I know tonight is fish and chips, and it's really good. I might get it. We'll see. I kind of feel like some Thai food with, I think, a bottle of Tiger or a pint. I'm not certain, but it's 350 baht. It's 10, 11 bucks with a free beer. And Boone is still putting out some fires at work. These Thai corporate workers, it's a 24-hour job. She got some Thai food and the first Aspal of the weekend. And I went with the fish and chips with a free Tiger. Hey, so that was a fun night. It's about 11:45. We met a nice couple who have watched my channel over the years, or the last year, and they moved here to Bangkok. So we're hanging out. Boone's trying to get us a taxi, but it's packed here on this Halloween night. We're doing the best we can. I'm okay with walking home, but she's not having any of that. So we're trying to flag down a no-meter cab, and hopefully 100 baht will do the job. Let's see if we get it done. And Boone did a nice job. We have a no-meter cab situation, heading home for 100 baht, so no complaints there. There goes an angel. And plenty of folks dressed up tonight on this Halloween, but we're gonna head on home. I appreciate you watching. I guess it's later than I thought. It's about 12:40. So let's get on home and maybe put on a movie. Thank you so much, and we'll see you really soon from Bangkok, Thailand. Good night.